Hey, what is up, folks? Welcome to another edition of Chad's Beer Reviews. I'm going to have a very special and unique and kind of strange beer today. This is a beer from Italy that's an IPA. I believe the brewery's name is Toccalmatto, and the name of the beer is Zona Cesarini. I typed that into Google and it actually had one of those buttons like, you know, hear it. That's how they pronounce it. It says Pacific India Pale Ale, but everything else is in Italian. This was sent to me by my friend Romain in France, who is my hookup for the West Laterian 12. He just sent it as a present. I didn't ask for it. So I originally wasn't going to review it, but I thought, what the heck, doing an all IPA week. Instead of doing all Americans, I'll throw in a nice international IPA just to mix it up. I also want to give a shout out to Zach Avery over in England. He's been saying for a while that the Italian craft beer scene has been blowing up, and he actually did a review of this beer on his blog. I haven't read it yet though. But anyways, that looks like a pretty typical IPA. It's you know, kind of the honey color. Very, very hazy. I'm not really seeing carbonation though. A couple little bubbles there, and I get a pretty decent, you know, two-finger white frothy head, and it smells pretty citrusy. I could smell it when I was pouring it. Yeah, it's light flowers and tropical fruit, tangerine, passion fruit. Kind of smells like how Nos smells. So here we go. And another shout out to Zach. He always uses a wine glass like this, so I'm using this one too. Wow. Pretty different experience than your American IPA. I mean, up front, it's very, very similar, like a Stone or a Rogue, Racer 5, some kind of West Coast IPA. But across the middle and the back, it's more of like a fruity sweetness. Like, it's not as bitter and dry. It's almost like a juicy texture there. It's not, you know, it's not crisp like an IPA is. At least got like it's kind of a strange aftertaste. It's hard to think of what to compare it to. You know, it's not bad. It's just something I've never really experienced before. It's almost like a creamy body. Like, it's like a creaminess, a slight juiciness. The Three Floyds Apocalypse Cow had like that kind of creaminess to it. But this is like way more juicy than that. Not super robust though, I'm noticing. It's just like a nice kind of gentle overall palate. It's nothing like that's like a punch in the face as far as taste. I think there's like a honey sweetness in there too. I really have no idea what, you know, how this beer is brewed or anything. I actually looked on their website, it wasn't even on there, so I don't know anything about it. It's only 6.6% ABV, so, you know, it's not like it's some kind of imperial mega monster of a beer or anything. Yeah, so I'm going to sip on this a little longer, and we'll come back with my final thoughts. Okay. Final thoughts on the Italian beer. I can't even pronounce it. But I mean, it's pretty good. It's definitely, you know, I'm drinking it and I'm like, this definitely reminds me a lot of like a West Coast IPA. But there's something about it like immediately where you can put your finger on it and say I don't think that's an American beer, or at least none that I've ever had. Very American kind of qualities though. The tropical fruit I really like. You're definitely getting a kind of apricot or peach juice kind of flavor. Like, you ever had like fruit cocktail that comes in a can, like, you know, that syrup? Imagine that flavor, only bitter. That's what you get. Like take that syrup and throw a bunch of hops in there. And that's pretty much what you got here. I don't want to say very bitter, but noticeably bitter across the front and the middle. It's very smooth going down, actually. I would call the mouthfeel medium to thick. hops linger for a little bit. It does dry me out a little, but it's not like obnoxiously dry or anything. Other than that, like my only beef with this beer is like there's not a really whole lot going on. Like you're getting like that tropical fruit juice kind of flavor and bitterness. Not much else. I mean, it's really tasty. It does turn into a sipper now that it's warming. It's getting a little bit more syrupy though. But what's nice is there's like a nice fruity sweetness to it too. So anyway, so the grade for the Italian IPA, it's actually really hard to rate because you know, I've never really had a beer like this before. But you know what, I think I'm gonna go 7 on this one. It's a good beer. I like it. You know, it has its flaws, but you know, it definitely has its attributes too. Like there's definitely a lot to like here. Yeah, so just to recap, that's a 7 out of 10 for the Toccalmatto Zona Cesarini. Like my Italian accent. That's like the only accent I can do, so. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Or I should say, ciao.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.